Hello and welcome everyone to the February meeting of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission. And as our pleasure, we would like to start off with the prayer and pledge, and I'm going to ask Councilman Ronnie Martin to do that for us, please.
Thank you, sir. Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we're very thankful for this opportunity to be together in this city and in this state, and we're so happy to be here in service to our community, in service to each other, and in service to you. We hope that you will guide the decisions that we make, guide our deliberation, and ultimately your will be through our decisions and the outcomes. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First order of new business. I'm going to bring up Nate Williams, and I believe you have a new introduction for us, Nate.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to introduce everybody to Mr. Leroy Cunningham. Leroy joins us as a new commission member. This is his first meeting. Was appointed by Mayor McFarland with just significant praise and excitement. The mayor and I had a great conversation. We're looking forward to him joining this commission. So we had the chance to talk on the phone the other day and talk about our function here in Parks and Recreation and how this commission really guides us and helps us. And we're thankful to have him on. He's been a Murfreesboro resident for 27 years and works for First Bank here in Murfreesboro. So if you'd like to say anything, you're more than welcome to, but just say welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you that I've already met, thank you for the warm reception. I hope to meet all of you a lot more later on as time goes on. I'm very excited to be a part of this. Mayor McFarland, for those of you who know him, he can be rather convincing on things. I went to meet with him to get a general idea of some of the committees and so forth and commissions. And of course, he was right there ready. He said, I got one for you right now. But as it turns out, this is very, very good. Appreciate it very much. Also helping me out on that, deliberations and so forth, was Councilman Martin, who I know very, very well. So I'm very excited to be on the commission and looking very much forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much. And again, welcome. And we're very happy the mayor pointed you in this direction. So thanks a lot. Okay, Nate, you want to continue on, or Kelly?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. We do need to select, with Mr. Jernigan stepping down. The January meeting was his last, so one of our first items that we need to take care of is selecting a new chairperson for this commission, and then also a vice chair. So Kelly Baker is going to take us through that process.
Okay, so first we're going to take nominations for a chair, and then we'll take a vote on that, and then we'll do nominations for a vice chair. So first I'll call for nominations for the commission chair.
I nominate Eddie Miller.
Okay.
Second.
Third.
Are there any other nominations? All right, seeing none. If we could please take a vote. All in favor of Eddie Miller for commission chair?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And now, congratulations, Mr. Miller.
Thank you very much.
And now we'll take nominations for the vice chair.
Tim Rodecker.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Okay. Going. All right, seeing none, then we'll take a vote on the nomination. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now you have a new chair and vice chair. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys for your vote of confidence, and I know that Tim's going to do a great job, and if I don't do a good job, y'all kick me. So, but it's my pleasure, and I know all of you, as well as Tim and myself, have the passion that we have for the great system that we have for Parks and Rec in Murfreesboro, and I really look forward to serving you in this capacity here. Again, I'd like to thank my predecessor, Chairman D. Jernigan, for his many years of excellent leadership to this commission. And without further ado, I think the next item of new business, Lisa Browning, you're going to give us an introduction also.
I'm with Cultural Arts, Visualize Murfreesboro, and we're going to have a brief presentation, but before that, we thought it would be good to remind you of the reason why the Cultural Arts Laureate program was founded. It's to give experienced artists an opportunity to share their talents in their own community, and also for youth and emerging artists to have role models and people they can look up to encourage them, and also to encourage and grow and nurture a creative arts community and a culture within Murfreesboro itself. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and have this brief presentation for you, and then we're going to present the awards for the laureates.
Hi, I'm Cameron Mitchell, and I am the Actor Laureate of Murfreesboro.
Hi, my name is Meg Brooker, and I am the Dancer Laureate for the City of Murfreesboro.
Hi, I'm Amy Whittemore, and I am the Returning Poet Laureate.
Being named a laureate, it means leadership in the community, like a duty to my community, which is what I want and I feel is necessary. You know, we often want change and want to see things grow. And we hear so often growing up that you need to be that change. So I feel like this position only furthers the responsibility that I felt already as an artist. My goals for this year as a laureate are to really show a positive influence in the community, a transformational influence. I feel like our community needs that transformation, not to go backwards, not to stay the same, but move forward with a new, innovative, and creative mindset. And so I want to really bring a rich aspect of performing arts through spoken word performance, acting performances. And so to have Murfreesboro support me in this place of wanting to give back to my community is an honor, and I really appreciate it. So looking forward to serving you all and excited to see what we come up with this year.
I'm so excited to be the Dancer Laureate for the City of Murfreesboro. I love dance and movement, and I'm excited to have a platform to inspire people to move, to be embodied, and to feel the joy of dancing. So my goals as a laureate this year include creating more visibility for dance in our city. I'd like to do some outdoor site-specific performances. We're interested in doing some performances in parks. I'm very excited about collaborating with my other co-laureates. I'm looking forward to making connections between local studios and dancers here in Murfreesboro, and also working to generate wider audience for dance in our city. And I'm also interested in bringing our MTSU dancers into the local community so that we are visible in the city.
My first year as the laureate was also the first year of a pandemic, so interesting barely covers it. What was fun, if you can have fun in a pandemic, was coming up with unique ways to connect with the community. So I know a lot of people were dreaming more vividly during the pandemic, and I came up with a project called Dream Geographies, which paired a person's dream description with artists and poets in the community, and those artists and poets responded to that dream description and created art and poetry based on it. In year one, I was really fortunate to have won a fellowship from the Academy of American Poets. They offer Poet Laureate fellowships to Poet Laureates across the country for city and state laureates. And so I won $50,000, and that allowed me to further my own work as a poet and further some of the programs that I wanted to start last year, one of which is Write with Pride, which is a series of writing workshops for LGBT plus teens in Middle Tennessee. My goals for year two are to basically grow some of the programs that I started in year one, so to grow Dream Geographies and Write with Pride, and to connect with the new laureates. Our theme for 2021 is the Hope Effect, which I find a really intriguing phrase. And I'm looking forward to connecting with Cameron and Meg as we see how that theme carries our work and helps us connect.
Thank you. So we are honored to introduce to you the 2021 Murfreesboro Cultural Arts Laureates. So I'd like to invite the laureates and Nate and Angela up to present the awards. Cameron Mitchell, our first actor laureate. Congratulations. Do you want to take your mask off for a second? You just, okay. You're good? Okay. And Meg Brooker, our first dancer laureate. Congratulations. This is for Amy Whittemore, our poet laureate, our returning one. She is not with us today, but please help us to congratulate all three of our laureates. Let's see here. Together, Cameron, Meg, and Amy have worked together for, as Amy had mentioned, their theme, and it is called the Hope Effect. So they are excited to get together to harness their passions, to inspire hope for our community. So thank you again, laureates, for sharing your talents and really your compassion for our community. And we look forward to a wonderful year for you. God bless.
Well said, Lisa, and thank you guys again, and congratulations to y'all. I know y'all are going to have a great year and be out serving and enriching our community, so thanks a lot. Next on the agenda, Jernell Jenkins. Hello, Jernell. How you doing?
Hello, good afternoon. If you give me just a second, I'm going to get things set up here. All right. Thank you. Thank you for providing an opportunity for us to share with you our journey for the past 7 months. We have worked diligently to make sure that January was a successful MLK Day of Service. For many years, Patterson Park Community Center has served as the flagship venue for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We open our doors for the community as the community gathers for the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day March, as well as the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day Celebration Program. Both events are sponsored by our community partners. At the beginning of last year, our grant coordinator, Karen Lampert, had several conversations with our team. And we discussed the possibilities for Patterson to enhance our roles to better serve the community on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We also discussed the opportunities to seek funding for a much-needed new playground for the Patterson Park community. Karen was successful at finding a grant that would assist us with achieving both goals. The purpose of the AmeriCorps MLK Day of Service grant funding is to mobilize more Americans to observe the Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday as a day of service in communities. Their logo is the MLK Day of Service is a day on and not a day off. The purpose for the grant was also to encourage those who serve on the holiday to make a long-term commitment to community service. And lastly, the purpose was to bring people together to focus on service to others. In June of 2020, the City of Murfreesboro and 20 other agencies was awarded a $50,000 grant to highlight the legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by improving lives, strengthening communities, and fostering civic engagement through service and volunteering. So our team went to work from June to January. We planned and coordinated various opportunities to spread the message of the MLK Day of Service. We were able to connect with the architect design team of Kimberly Horn to lead us in our Patterson Park Playground project. Unfortunately, due to the challenges of COVID, many of our scheduled activities and plans had to be canceled or converted to a virtual format. All of our volunteer opportunities were managed by the United Way with the Volunteer Connect. So here are just a few of the highlights. On November the 10th, the Kimberly Horn design team led a presentation session with our Patterson Park Youth Development Program. The youth had a vital role in the planning process, and engaging them as park users had an important impact on the final design. The second focus group was on December 1st with key stakeholders in attendance. In this meeting, the design team presented a draft concept based on all the feedback received to date. Then on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on January 18th, we displayed the final concept in the Patterson Park lobby. The youth of Patterson Park, students of Bradley Elementary School, and the MTSU Art History Department created a virtual art experience of depicting the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his influence with the Civil Rights Movement. The virtual art show display can be found on the Bradley Academy Cultural Museum Facebook page, and the physical display is a part of the current exhibit until the month of April. Currently, the virtual art show has over 900 views. City employees across all departments participated in the inaugural Pack the Packs food drive to assist the Murfreesboro City Schools backpack food program. Items collected were specific needs for the students, including single-serving, kid-friendly snacks and meals. That's a few images there. And on January the 18th, our MLK Day of Services events included 2 events that day. The Sortathon, with just a limit of 25 volunteers, was a very successful event. At this event, our volunteers helped us to sort and assemble and tally all of the food items that was collected during our food collection process. We were able to collect a total of 2,046 units of items that equaled a financial contribution of $3,459 to the Murfreesboro City Schools Food Backpack Program. The second event on that day was the MLK Day of Service drive-through giveaway. Families of Murfreesboro City School students received over 150 units of food, hygiene products, and face masks. Volunteers included Murfreesboro City School staff and families, Read to Succeed, and students from Siegel High School. Due to the challenges of COVID, we encouraged the community to use the hashtag Borough MLK Day in order to reach the community through a social media presence. We encouraged the community to display their acts of service, and we were able to reach close to 2,500 individuals through our social media platforms. Okay, that's it for the highlights, but of course, I want to take this time to thank our department for their support. I also want to thank our entire team at Patterson Park, and at this time, I want to recognize members of the grant team. And at this time, I'm going to call them up. From Bradley Academy Cultural Museum, Ms. Von Schill-Stenbridge. And from Patterson Park Community Center, Mr. Derek Blake. Heather Mulliken. And Crystal Ellis McFerrin. Last but not least, we do want to give a special thank you and appreciation to our grant coordinator, Karen Lampert. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Janelle? I'd like to thank you and all the members of your many events, and as you told us, there were many beneficiaries in the community of y'all's good hard work, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Probably need to encourage everybody to go in and look at your virtual art show also, correct?
Yeah, of course, okay. And that's at Bradley Academy Cultural Museum.
Okay, very good.
On their Facebook page.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, something that we usually do a little bit ahead of time before now, but I'll ask you guys, commission members, to look at your packets and look at the minutes from last month's meeting. And after you do so, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Minutes pass. So Gary Arbett is our next presenter, and Gary's going to give us some info on the Adams Tennis Center complex.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission. Currently at the Adams Tennis Complex, members and non-members pay the same rate to book a court. That rate is $12 per hour. They also have the same booking window to book a court, and that is 10 days out from the day they want to use it. What we are proposing is to increase the rate to $15 per hour for non-members and shortening the booking window from 10 days to 3 days for non-members. Our goal here is to obviously add value to the membership and to also hopefully encourage new membership. While there will be a slight increase in revenue, that is not our ultimate goal. With Commission approval, we would like to move forward and begin this on February 8th, which is Monday. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions for Gary?
Gary, I'll just ask a quick question about going from 10 days to 3 days, because one of the objectives also is to get new members, which means you want to make non-members happy. Do you think going from 10 days to 3 days, that would be good enough? I mean, if I could only get a tennis court 3 days out, I may never look again. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to think, is 3 too short?
Well, we felt like we wanted to give our members an additional week.
Yeah.
That's how we came up with that number.
Well, 10 makes sense, but 3 is pretty short.
Well, hopefully they would become a member and get the 10 days.
I got you there.
How much is the membership for is it ATC?
The memberships are very reasonable. For youth and seniors, it's $250 a year. For an adult that's 58 and younger, it would be $450 a year, and for a family, it is $600 a year. Our senior rate starts at 59, by the way.
Any other questions for Gary? Do I have a motion that we approve this fee change for the tennis complex?
Can I ask a question for Charlie? I mean, do you think just from the outside looking in, do you think maybe just doing a 10-day, 5-day would be a better first step or something like that rather than narrowing it all the way down to 3? I mean, I don't know would that be still a reasonable kind of something to encourage, but also give a little bit more time for the non-members?
Of course.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think that would be a better?
Yeah, and I love the idea of 5 because on Monday I want to know what I'm doing Friday. That kind of stuff where, if I couldn't see Friday on Monday, and I don't know if I can get, go beat Nate again in some type of match, or something like that.
You need to go for the weekday to set up your weekend.
Sure.
Too,
If I could just jump in real quick. So the goal of what we're trying to do here is to boost the value of the membership. We do have an issue, and I'm sure you've heard about it or seen it. Getting court it can prove to be very difficult. So we do have people who are paying an annual membership fee that we believe, and we've studied these dates pretty hard. I think at this time, based on what our research is and what we're seeing in the data that we have for people running courts, I think 3-day is a good place for us to start, and even consider going less than that, just because we want to boost the value of the people who are paying annual fees to be members and give them the first chance to book the courts, because we simply have a supply and demand issue with the courts. So this isn't the only 2 things that we're considering doing. We're looking at more things to value that. But since our challenge is really trying to boost the value of that membership, I think the 3 days is a good cutoff point based on some of the other industry standards that we've seen and what it would mean for our members to be able to get courts.
Well, I definitely trust your judgment over, because I wouldn't know exactly the right thing there. Is 10, why is it, I'll just ask, I have no idea if 10 is a good or bad thing, but why is there a 10? Just in general.
That is pretty much what most facilities do, is they have a 10-day window.
Gotcha. Because if you go too far out, then people are scheduling and then they're not showing.
They are, and it's much more difficult to plan outside of that.
That makes sense.
How many members do we have currently?
We probably have a little over 850 members. Actual memberships, it's probably a little under 400. Obviously, with a family membership, you could have 2, 3, 4 people. But there's a little over 850 members.
And is there a typical breakdown between members using the facility and non-members using the facility?
There is. I would say probably the non-member rate is probably a little less than 10%. So our members are still getting most of the courts, but we have seen an increase in the non-members getting courts. And so we definitely have gotten some feedback from the members and have wanted to do something to make sure that their membership felt a good value for them.
Good discussion. Any more?
If there aren't any more questions, I'll move for approval.
Got a motion for approval?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, next item. Susan Hicks is with us, and she's got a new program she wants to discuss with us.
Good afternoon. Yes, I would like to get approval for our new Broadcast 101 class that we're going to be doing out of Washington Theater. Perform Murfreesboro is partnering with Channel 3 to produce a new 30-minute youth program that will air on Channel 3. Auditions will be submitted online, and 6 youth participants ranging in age from 9 to 17 will be selected for this pilot program. The program lasts 12 weeks. The first 6 weeks will consist of training and in-house learning how to work in front of the camera etiquette, and those sorts of things. The last 6 weeks, we will be doing live interviews with different members of the community and to represent what is great about Murfreesboro. We want to interview like Mayor McFarland and maybe Craig Tyndall and try to get a youth perspective and get their questions on what they do every day or different Oakland's Mansion or some different places and get that youth perspective. We will also, the interviews will all be compiled at the end and be used in a 30-minute program. Some of those youth will be chosen to be the anchor. And it'll be kind of like the In the City that Michael Lynn does. So there'll be those little vignettes, and then it'll all be pulled together. And this will allow Channel 3 to extend their youth-based programming, and it'll give more of a youth audience for Channel 3 and pull in some of those people, some of those young people to start watching, and also to let them be able to see a little bit more about how the inner workings of Murfreesboro participate and how they all work together. We'll be charging $50 for this class with a $25 Perform Murfreesboro membership. And we are just asking for approval. Do you have any questions?
Sounds great. Any questions for Susan? I don't think so. It sounds like a heck of a program and an opportunity for these kids too. So who knows who we'll see blossom up through there, maybe see on the broadcasting stations in the future. Do I have a motion to approve this new program?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Thank you, Susan. So I had Nate, but Rachel, you're up. So you're going to give us an update on what's going on?
I am. We have a lot going on as usual, and I would love the opportunity to walk you through a couple of these things. First off is right outside the door. I encourage everybody to take a couple extra moments, if you haven't already, for our Rotunda Gallery. We have a new installation, The Nurture of Nature, and it features 3 wonderful artists that are in our community that really highlight nature. It's beautiful work, so please go check it out on your way out. It will stay up until February 25th. Then, if you are wanting to brave the cold this winter, this is a great opportunity. We do have this year-round, but Guardians of the Greenway helps in keeping our greenways clean and beautiful, and you can also get in exercise as you go. So it happens every Thursday in February from 9 to 10, and we meet at various trailheads to try to kind of lengthen that cleanup crew throughout the Greenway. And like I said, you can meet great people, get some exercise, and help keep our greenways clean. Outdoor Murfreesboro always has a large menu of activities happening, and these are just a few. So please go and either give them a call or check out the Rec Connection for an in-depth look. But we've got some kids programs coming up, and then our hikes have been very popular, and those are the February dates there. And there's a different location that they meet, and it is a guided hike, and so you get some interpretive pros there, as well as meeting people and enjoying the wonderful outside. It's time for Spring Adult Racquetball League. Sign-ups are happening now, and they will run through March 5th at Patterson Park Community Center. The ever-popular pickleball is always happening at 3 locations in the city: Sportscom, Patterson Park, and McFadden Community Center. Check out one of those places. And then it's almost time for summer camp registration, which is hard to believe, but registration begins March 1st at 8 a.m. You can do it in person at 3 locations: Sportscom, Patterson Park, or the Barfield Crescent Administrative Office, or you can also sign up online, but please make sure that you call our main office number to make sure that your account number is active. In order to register online. These are really popular, and so if you are trying to get your kiddo into one of our summer programs, I recommend getting there March 1st, 8 o'clock, or getting your fingers online. Here's a list of some of it should be all of our offerings. We've got a wide menu of lots of different opportunities and activities on whatever your kiddo likes to do in the summer. So I encourage you to look at all of them. And then, as always, our Rec Connection program guide will contain all of our programs within the department. You can find this online under the Rec Connection. And it's very interactive. Our staff has done a great job keeping our calendar up to date and really working hard on this. So if there's programs that you're looking up or a date that you want to find something to do, please look at the calendar, and all of our information is there, and we'll lead you to the link in the description of the program and all of the information that you will need. Also, we'll list out all of our programs. So there's lots of ways to get all this information. And then, as always, you can find us on the multiple Facebook pages of all of our facilities. Hope to see you out there. Thanks.
Thank you, Rachel. As always, there's a lot going on out there, so thanks a lot for everything you and all the staff does for the community. We're at the bottom of our agenda. Is if there's no other new business or other business, I'd like to thank again Leroy Cunningham and welcome him to the commission. And also like to thank all the presenters today. Everybody did a great job. Thank you so much. We stand adjourned.